Now, coming to us from Bicknell, Indiana, are Mary and her husband, Nathaniel. You see, Mary and Nathaniel are here to solve a DNA mystery that threatens to destroy their marriage. Now, Nathaniel's ex-girlfriend, Amanda, claims that Nathaniel is the father of her 4-year-old son, Gabriel. Now, Nathaniel admits he cheated with Amanda, but does not believe he is Gabriel's father. In fact, Mary and Nathaniel claim Amanda is using this paternity issue to win back Nathaniel. So, what does Amanda have to say about this? Watch.
I am sick and tired of being portrayed as the bad guy. Let's not get it twisted. Nathaniel is always the one to reach out to me first. And that is why we are in this situation today. Nathaniel fed me a bunch of lies. He told me he loved me, he told me that he wanted to be with me, and he told me that he was gonna leave Mary. I bet you didn't know about all those things, did you, Mary? This man left me high and dry when I was pregnant. He is my son's father, and I will prove it today. The only thing Mary needs to be worried about is getting her husband to keep his thing in his pants, instead of worrying about the DNA of my son.
Whoa, Mary, what do you think about that?
First of all, he doesn't want you. How many times do you have to be told that if he wanted you, he would be with you? Quit lying and making up excuses.
I think you should check with your husband on that one.
No. You're the one that's hitting me up.
How long has it been?
Really? Come on.
How long has it been? He still hasn't left me.
Do you have
The
feelings?
lies he
Do you
tells
still
you.
have feelings for Amanda?
No, sir. I got a beautiful wife sitting next to me. Why would I do that?
But let's go back, Nathaniel. You were head over heels in love with this girl when you all were in high school, right?
Correct.
And she kind of played you, didn't she?
Every chance she got.
Every chance she got.
You weren't there, Mary, you don't know.
I've heard stories not just from him, honey.
How did your life change when Mary came into it?
Honestly,
Yeah.
it changed for the better. She is the best half of me. She showed me stuff that no other woman's been able to show me, and that's why I married her.
Yeah. And then, Nathaniel, you cheated on her with Amanda.
Multiple
Technically,
times.
we weren't together when it happened, though.
So in other words, Mary, this woman's been meddling in your marriage for a long time.
She's tried, yes,
She's tried.
since we got married.
Well, apparently, if he slept with her, she must have succeeded at some point.
She took advantage of the fact he was drunk.
Let's get to the most important part here, okay? Amanda gets pregnant, Nathaniel, right? And meanwhile, maybe the audience ought to know this. She was married at the time, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
And did she tell you that she was pregnant?
Yes, she did.
And what else did she tell you? She wanted to hide that pregnancy, didn't she?
It was opposite. He's the one that wanted to hide it. But Mary
But he
didn't know
wasn't
anything
for
about
sure
it, so
because
he
you
still wanted
played
to keep
this
her in
many
the dark.
times before. How many times?
How many
How
times
many
on
times have you accused him of being the father of one of your kids?
what? Just this one?
No, because
no.
back in high school, and even his family have told me that you accused a different child of being his
And
before
you even-
Gaby was ever
you
even
even
born.
agreed to that.
No. I
even
have
agreed
not
to
had
that.
any other concern on any of my other 2 children.
This is what our audience doesn't know, and I'm about to tell them, and they won't believe it. There was a point when young Gabriel was 2 or 3 years old when the 3 of you got together, and you were co-parenting. Now,
Yes.
this does not look like a co-parenting threesome here.
Okay, first of all, it's not right now because of other issues.
Text messages and stuff got started between us, and feelings.
There was no gap. If he was reciprocating,
There was no
there would have
pictures.
been a gap or something in that conversation. And why wouldn't he have deleted all of the messages? Why would he only delete his?
Here's what happened. For several months, the 3 of you were co-parenting that little boy. And then apparently, Mary, you saw some messages in his phone.
Nathaniel's phone.
Yeah,
in
Nathaniel,
Nathaniel's
you're very
phone
quiet. Why won't
that
you
were
sit there and
suggestive,
voice your own opinions
suggestive messages from Amanda, and you shut the whole co-parenting thing down, right?
Yes, because I felt at that point that she was using it as using Gaby to get closer to Nathaniel. Because, like, in the messages, you can see where Nathaniel will be talking about Gaby, and then out of nowhere, it switches to her wanting to have sex with him.
I pretty much fed into her stuff to feed her what she wanted to hear,
Fed
just so
into
I
my
can
stuff.
continue.
It was
But
all
before
taken
any
from
of
you.
that, and I'm going
all
to
the
make this
stuff
very
is played
clear.
out from your playing, Nathaniel. So don't even sit there and try to make me out the bad guy. Just make your wife happy.
Bad guy, you're the one that messed around on both of your husbands.
But even before all of the messages, I brought that baby into my home. I have loved him like my own, and there is not one damn thing that you can say about it because you know it's the truth.
There's another, unfortunately, I got to bring up another experience here that even further muddle the water here with this group. There was a home DNA test, wasn't there, Mary?
Yes, sir.
And what happened?
The results came back that Nathaniel was not Gaby's father. And as much as I wanted to believe it, if you look at the pictures of Gaby and our other children, Gaby looks so much like my kids, and Nathaniel, it's not even funny. And for the other, for the wife, you would think I would be saying, heck no. There's no possibility that my husband is the father. But look at him. That beautiful baby looks just like my other two. And he is loved more than anything in this world.
You've really shown that for the last couple months, Mary. You
Who's
ain't
fault
even had
is
so
that,
much of
Amanda?
your guys is just
Yours.
as well. You guys are the ones that have me blocked on Facebook.
If
Your
you
guys
would
are
keep
the
your
ones
clothes on, this wouldn't have happened.
Tell your own.
I'm sorry that you were
Take it to
using your
himself.
son as a pawn to get to my husband.
No, it's vice versa. Your husband's using a pawn to keep contact with me.
I've never wanted contact with you.
You think I'm the only chick that he's ever messed with? No, I know all about the other chicks that he's messed with. So
And we know about all of the men that you've been
all
with.
of them. All.
could have contaminated it. Plus,
And you're the one that didn't follow instructions.
I was on the phone with you guys when that happened out on my porch. And he went inside and got in the fridge without my knowledge.
Mary thinks you want Nathaniel back. Do you want him back?
Hell no.
She says you just kind of try to keep him on a string. You just keep reeling him in when you want him.
No.
Only when she wants him.
That's all
I
you
mean-
are is drama. You, your wife,
Drama
your
is your
family,
first
nothing
husband.
but drama.
Where have you been
Say
the
what
last
you
10
want
years?
about us, but keep my family out of it.
You kept your pregnancy secret with Gabriel from your ex-husband, right? Why?
Because whenever I gave Nathaniel the news that I was pregnant, I also gave him the option to get everything out in the open and have a DNA done at that point in time. And whenever we was engaged in this conversation, he decided that he didn't want to reveal anything to Mary because he didn't want her knowing that he was cheating on her with me, of all people.
No, you tried to get me to leave her for you.
That was an option.
No,
I said,
okay.
we can work from there.
Okay.
I get the feeling you don't want Nathaniel to be the father, but Nathaniel, I get the feeling you want to be the father of Gabriel. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've
so he
welcomed
can
that
keep
boy
that
into my
attachment
house.
is all he wants.
I've welcomed. No, you don't screw around with a
Yes, it
4-year-old's
is.
head like that. I brought him into my family, into my home. Introduced
And
him
not
to
just his
introduced
You
him
wanted
to
to.
my family.
So, if I prove that you are the father, Nathaniel, I assume you will want Gabriel back in your home, right?
Yes, of course.
Right?
Of course.
And Amanda, you've got to allow that to happen because he has rights as a father, right?
I wouldn't stop you from being a father.
Good. Thank you. All right, we have the results here. In the case of 4-year-old Gabriel, Nathaniel, you are not the father.
Thank God we don't have to deal with her anymore.
Yes, it's a big relief.
Yay!
Thank you, Maury.
Wait a second. Nathaniel, what are you thinking?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
I would like to take this time to ask you to never reach out to me again under any circumstances.
Take your own things in advice, bud.
You are not the father.